This episode was recorded live at the Island Folk Cider House. In the town of Sydney on Cape Breton Island, you can find wildly tasty cider with a loving atmosphere at the Island Folk Cider House. Brewed with 100% local Nova Scotian apples, they take unique chances and brew tasty inventions while keeping traditional and, of course, rich flavors intact. There's so many events weekly that you may as well just pop on in to Island Folk Cider House on Nepean Street in Sydney. Or you can find cans in your local NSLC in Nova Scotia. For more, visit their website at islandfolkcider.ca. Drink responsibly.
This
and welcome all to the Friendly Heckled podcast. I'm Zakary Miller, host and the friendliest of hecklers, here to offer you a front row seat for some of the best concerts I've ever been to, and conversations I've ever had, actually. There's no script, no net, just the wonderful dangers of getting to know people live on stage. We've had some amazing live audiences, so thank you to everyone for coming out to these live tapings, and thank you listening right now. Thank you for hanging out with us, subscribing, liking, following, and of course, spreading the word. Thank you for getting the word out about the podcast. The podcast is likely coming to your community. May 9th, gets the podcast live with guest Leona Berkey at the Union Street in Berwick, Nova Scotia, and Full Circle Festival, June 22nd. Hope you got tickets. They are sold out. So email me at thefriendlyheckler@gmail.com to get early updates on the upcoming shows and ticket discounts on more upcoming live shows. So tell me where you are as well. I would love to bring the podcast all over the place, and there's a gajillion artists I need to talk to. So, hey you, artists, don't be afraid. Email me so we can set something up. Maybe I don't even know your music yet. I need more music. Send it to me. I'm voracious. As you listeners know, I consume a lot of music. This episode, I'm joined by the inimitable Cassie Josephine. When I first moved to the Maritimes, I saw her name a lot, and I got to see her live a couple times at a couple festivals. I was just blown away by her unique and beautiful approach to songs. She has had all-star band lineups that include former guests of this show, so listen up for the references. Hey, you know who you are. And like many artists, she's not restricted by mediums, really, so she dabbles in so much more than just music, which you'll hear all about. She's a multi-talented, hilarious, and brazenly honest human, honestly. Cassie even actually got her family involved in this episode since they were front row. I couldn't help myself, but I heckled the whole family, which may be my favorite part of this show when it happens. We also get to hear a few new songs that Cassie hasn't even released yet, so it was just so nice to finally get to know this secret weapon of song in the Maritimes and hear all these tunes up close. So I hope you have as much fun listening as we did on stage. Everybody, please welcome Cassie Josephine!
Thank you very much. It's so lovely to be here this evening. This is a song I wrote when I was leading to 40, and I wrote an album about turning 40. And I had just moved home to New Waterford from Halifax, where I'd been for about 20 years. And this is called Come What May. I don't live here anymore. The window coverings are all packed away. Packed away. And I'm not looking for anything not money, not a babe or a house in the country, not for us to change our ways. I'm just gonna take what comes, come what may. I took the bus to Sydney from Halifax. My mom picked me up at the Circle K. We entered town via King Street. You should see the way the ocean hugs our little town, like a hand-knit lamb's wool blanket for a newborn. I'd wrap my baby up in its arms if the wind blew that way. Hey, but I'm not looking for anything to take your place. Not love, not money, not a babe or a house in the country, not for me to change my ways. I'm just gonna take what comes, come what may. Thank you.
Beauty choice for an opener. That's such a good introduction, I feel like.
Yeah, it kind of tells the story of how I got here. Doesn't quite tell you what I was running very fast from, but I have another song about that.
True, yeah. There's enough room. Yeah, there's plenty of space in the musical realm to run. No, that's... do you open your record with that, too, on
Yes.
Only Half Blue?
I did, except Erin Costello is playing piano on the album, and she does this full key, like piano run up the keys on it to begin it, and I have a hard time playing that song without the piano.
Thinking about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You need like an auto harp beside you or something. Making yeah.
And I would conduct. Actually, Erin Costello wasn't part of my band, but she did that she played that album with me. But Anna Wedlock, who you might know,
Yes.
she's the violin player.
Yeah, she played on my record too.
Yeah,
She's amazing.
And then she ended up doing that piano part with her violin, and I would just go and conduct.
You conducted your band at every show too?
Well, just with my facial expressions. And, yeah, I'm like, I'm ready now.
For the listeners, you did just throw your hand up in the air
Yes.
too, with
Yes.
quite the thrilling
Yes.
trill, actually.
Yes.
Will you tell the world what your band name is? Because I feel like that was one of the best named bands I've ever heard.
Cassie Josephine and the Cry If I Want To.
Why did you choose that?
Well, I love this kind of 50s vibe. I brought a girl group together to bring those songs to life.
It was an all-star group too. You
Yeah.
had Tara Spencer playing with you sometimes
Yes,
too, right?
yeah.
And then Jill Chambers on bass sometimes.
Oh, no, but we are really connected in a whole other way.
Oh, Jill's the best, yeah.
Gianna Lauren and Sam Fraser. And my sister, Krista McDonald.
Amazing.
Yeah, she was in the rockabilly band Whiskey Kisses. She was the front woman for that band. But they did Halifax a lot for like the mid 2000s.
Your super group.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, I want to pick up on that 50s vibe thing because I picked up right on that right away with your recordings. All the twang, you got this like real. What is it about the 50s?
Well, that's what I grew up dancing to. When my parents, I think we didn't have a lot of music growing up either, but I think we got that compilation CD, the Golden Days or something like that. There's like, what do you guys know? Yeah.
The Golden Days is what it was called?
The Golden
okay.
Oldies.
Golden Oldies.
Yes.
A lot of, was it like Sha Na Na and stuff, or was it like...
it spanned the 50s and 60s, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So we had that, and we had Zamfir, the pan flutist.
Oh, right. Zamfir. I thought you said Samfir. I was like, I don't know Sam.
No.
Oh, is he local?
Zamfir. I didn't get into that. So I don't have any pan flute in the set tonight.
Why? Can I ask, since you're here, family, why did you have pan flute? It was free?
Free with the CD player.
That's amazing. So
Now
you
I
can
know.
hear the spectrum of sound of the pan flute, all the basses, all the toppings.
I didn't know that. Okay, that's great. I do
Wow.
remember we were like the first people on our block to get that sound system. Yeah. That's how old I am.
That's cool. Okay, so for the
Audience.
listeners, actually, there's a good place to jump into. For the listeners, you're from New Waterford.
Yes,
You are the New Waterford girl.
I am a New Waterford girl.
And
Or the.
I have to mention this because I don't think you've really talked. I've never heard you talk about this, but you were in New Waterford Girl, the
Yes, I was.
movie. So it was about you, and then you played a side part.
Well, kind of. The writer of New Waterford Girl is the daughter of my mom's lifelong friend.
Wow.
And she didn't grow up in New Waterford, but did Trisha grow up in New Waterford?
Well, from 10
Oh.
or teens.
Oh, okay. So she did. So she experienced New Waterford in her teens. Yeah. So she wrote this screenplay, and she had like ideas of. I have 4 sisters, and she kind of watched us grow up, and she had these visions in the film from seeing us in action, I guess. So she had thought. So I did audition for the lead of that movie, but I didn't get it.
Right.
But I ended up getting one of the sister parts. So me and my real sister play the lead's sisters in the movie.
That is
the lead
cool.
was from Toronto.
Oh, classic. They take all of our maritime jobs, don't they?
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
from Toronto, to be perfectly honest.
I'm just
currently
kidding.
taking someone's job.
She was great. She was great. Yeah. No.
Don't worry. This show is totally anti-Toronto. I want to say that right off the bat.
Excellent.
Just kidding. I can't alienate those people.
I love Toronto. My sister is raising her family in Toronto.
What?
And yeah, I know. Actually, I moved to Toronto.
When?
I lured her there, and then I left. Around 2004.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Were you playing when you were there?
That is where I started playing.
Holy shit! What
Yeah.
venues? What was your scene, man?
Okay, it wasn't quite a scene. I actually went there when I was 19. I might as well just actually this is all in a song anyway, so I'll just also speak it. But I dropped out of university
Fucking hell.
and
I never went. So.
followed my partner to Toronto
Okay.
and stayed there for about a year and started going to open mics and stuff.
Oh, open mic scene.
Yeah.
Did you notice? I feel like I've been to some great open mics out here in the Maritimes, but did you notice in Toronto that most of the open mics are just the room is full of other musicians and they're sitting in chairs practicing their parts before they get on stage? So you're basically playing to a room like along McQuaid.
Yes.
Of
Yeah.
people trying instruments.
I quickly realized it was the same, 7 people at every open mic. And I became really good friends with one of them. And she's come here and done some shows. And I've gone to her shows around. Yeah, she plays still around Canada. Signa Miranda is her name.
What's her name?
Signa Miranda.
Signa Miranda. Cool.
Yeah.
See, please introduce me
She
to
was
some
the head
music.
of Open Mic Toronto, I'm sure, if there's such a thing.
Oh,
She
wow.
was so organized. I've never seen someone so ready for live performances.
It's like karaoke people.
Yeah.
They are more prepared than a lot of musicians I know.
Yeah.
They know their song. They got the key right. They're like humming outside before they
Yeah.
go up.
Yeah. Well,
That's awesome.
I do like karaoke myself as well. So.
Speaking of karaoke, will you lip sync a song for me? Just kidding. Will you play a song?
I was ready to do it.
Yeah, for the listeners at home, she's not even playing it out. Yeah. Can I bother you for this one? Can I heckle you for one?
Okay, sure.
Can I hear coffee
Okay.
and cream and a honey cruller?
That's the paraphrased version of the title.
Yes. Well, I'm like I have no memory, so when it comes to the ands and thes, I always forget. But
I'm gonna have to
honestly, this song
retune.
is such a class. Oh, sorry. Figures I threw that curveball at you. This is a classic to me. This
Yeah.
is like in the Nova Scotia songbook to me.
I don't know how Nova Scotia would feel about that. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
I passed a Tim's drive-through today that was longer than an airport lineup. Like, it was crazy. So I think this is sort of a national anthem, and you haven't gotten credit yet. Move over, Calixa Labelle.
What? What did I miss there?
She wrote "Oh Canada."
Oh,
It's a
trivia fail.
bad song anyway.
Number one.
I voted for Maple Leaf Forever at the Stompin' Tom version, but nobody wanted to hear it.
Oh wait, I don't use the capo on this. To do that all over again.
That's okay. This is a beautiful reality.
Yeah.
People should like really get comfortable with musicians tuning.
Yes, they should. I had a when I started playing in Toronto, I was very green. And
Was it like a skin pigmentation or?
yes, I was.
Sorry.
I was going to try and take that somewhere, but I'm not going to try. I was going to make a, who's the green monster Mike Myers plays? Shrek joke, but
That is enough of a Shrek joke. Well done.
this is a new guitar, and I'm finding its grooves. So I'm tuning it, and
It's a neat little like Fender parlor
I
style
know.
guitar, right?
yeah, it's a Fender Malibu.
A Malibu?
Don't ask me any more about it. I don't know. I don't know the number inside.
Is there a Malibu in Cape Breton? I feel like that would be the name of a town in Cape Breton. I know there's a Malibu, yeah. And sometimes they do just put an L in the middle and they go Malibu.
That sounds all right, right?
But-
So yeah, this is called Large One Cream and a Honey Cruller. And I wrote it when I was very sad in a Tim Hortons one day. And actually, can you pass me my phone? I found this recently, and it's an interesting.
What did you find? I love that you're like bringing up research. This is a first on the show. I don't think we've
okay.
ever had like a technical aspect. Of,
Oh,
like,
yes. Well, I did bring my team, so
bring it up on the screen.
I was recently broken up, and I went to the Tim Hortons, and I was drinking coffee, and I was having this sort of catharsis, and I just started taking notes, and this is how I songwrite. I just start kind of stream of consciousness writing. So anyway, this was how this song began.
This is the original note you're about to read?
Yeah.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. And it doesn't sound like anything. But even right now, when I sit alone at Tim's, staring into the abyss, 39 and out of love again, I thought if this was heaven or if this was hell or if this was all there was, it's not a bad place, all in all, to carry out your days. Large one cream and a honey cruller. Large one cream and a honey cruller.
Well, that's it? And that became the song.
Yeah.
Whoa, how do you...
Here it is.
Okay, so you basically kind of like wrote yourself a poem.
Yeah.
Was that cathartic for you to sit there and write that? Or did it stir up more for you?
Oh, it always is gonna. The only reason I write anything down is in hopes that it will become a song.
So you
yeah.
go back to that.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about like the songwriting process aspect. You go back to that and then you expand on the
Yeah.
feelings and the.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you see it as like, all right, I'm going to develop a storyline from this feeling in this moment I had, or do you?
I start to try and make that into a more concise language. You know, turn it into a poem of sorts.
Okay.
And then figure out how that's going to. Then just pick up the guitar and noodle, you know, and then see what happens.
I love it. Please, let's see what happens.
Okay. So here we go. Here's Large One Cream and a Honey Cruller with hopefully a staying in tune guitar and no weird chorus effect. Here I am, out of love again, staring into the abyss. places to be. Is this heaven or is this hell? Or just a stopping place in between me and one of them? Order my coffee and order it all over again. I don't know where I'm going next, but I don't look behind. I know there's a line up at the counter and another in the drive-thru, and I've got my piece of heaven. Some kind of albatross, it's gonna get me through the morning, but then I may get lost. Here I am, out of love again, staring into the abyss of the George Street Thames, thinking there are worse places to be. Is this heaven or is this hell? Or just a stopping place in between me and one of them? Order my coffee and order it all over again. Large with cream in a honey cruller. 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 Oh, I've got my piece of heaven. Some kind of albatross, it's gonna get me through the morning, but then I may get lost. Large with cream in a honey cooler. 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 Oh, I've got my piece of heaven. Some kind of albatross, it's gonna get me through the morning, but then I may get lost. Thank you. As I was singing that, I realized the bridge of that song was, it really came about because my ex used to get mad if I had coffee past a certain hour because it might keep him up.
Oh, what a dickhead. That's
Yes.
the stupidest thing. Oh my God.
And
What year was
And that's
this?
what me and Jill Chambers have in common. by the way.
Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry, this was like 1850 that the relationship was.
Yes,
Yeah, okay, yeah. I just want to make sure. We're all 170 years old right now. Obviously, he was. Oh, fucking hell. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love what you did with that tune, man. And actually, there's something about your writing that I wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
Because you write, like, there's sections, and the song can take on a totally different feel at certain points. And I really dig that personally, because I love, like, old vaudeville music.
Oh, yes.
And the pace, the stopping and starting, you leave a lot of space sometimes. I'm wondering, are you a fan of Fanny Bryce by any chance?
No, I'm not. Maybe I am, but
It's
not
what
by
Funny
name.
Girl is
Yeah.
based on.
Oh gosh, sorry. Yes.
That's okay. No, that's okay. Are you a fan of this 200-year-old artist?
And I should have said maybe I will be, not maybe I am. If you tell me more about here.
I'm just curious, like, if there was vaudeville or musicals, like.
Oh, I love musicals.
Ah, okay. There's the crux.
Yeah,
What's the
well-
musical for you?
Well, my album Only Half Blue, I said, was a middle-aged fairy tale. So I love that kind of musical, Cinderella, and so I'm thinking of Disney's Disney musicals right now. But I love Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah,
great music.
I don't love Mamma Mia, but I did go to see that, and it was fun.
Do you like
I'm a fan of
ABBA
it.
more than Mamma Mia, or do you like Mamma Mia more than ABBA?
I think I would probably say I'm indifferent about ABBA.
That's like, I love
So
Sha
which
Na Na,
is-
but I hate Grease.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Not the country. I just want to say, this podcast is anti-Toronto, but pro-Grease.
There you go. One of the first Broadways we went to see was Cats. Yes. I loved that song. Midnight all alone in the street light, has the moon lost her memory? She is smiling again in the moonlight. I understand what happiness is. Will the memory live again?
Yeah. Wow. An a cappella cut from Cats?
Yeah.
We're definitely going to get sued for that, but nice
You'll
job.
cut that one right out.
I just cut it. Kidding. Wow. I didn't know you were a musical theater kid, too. Did you do it?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I did musical theater. I loved, I got my start in singing and performing with Festival on the Bay in Glace Bay.
Oh.
And then I sang in the Cape Breton Youth Chorale, and then CBU Theater.
Nice.
And
Sorry, for some reason I just picture Cape Breton Youth Chorale doing like all musicals about miners.
Oh no,
So I'm
it's
picturing a
very
bunch of
kind
kids with like ash on their face, like
it's
singing in the
classical.
chorus.
It's more classical stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, what would you call it? Classical? Probably using the wrong term there, but Sister Rita Claire. Yes.
Oh, did you grow up in the church at all?
Did I what?
Grow up in the church at all?
Yes.
So those songs are still in the back of your head too.
Yeah.
But you don't sing with that style at all.
No. Yeah, I think I just let a lot of different musical styles kind of infuse my work. But whatever comes out, I usually am trying to write a country song and something else happens. So that's my style.
Beautiful, yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to write a country song, but I'm too theatrical. Yeah. I totally know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a new genre of country though right now. I think
Maybe.
Orville Peck is
I love
opera
Orville
country.
Peck, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
opera.
Okay.
It's
Yeah. That's interesting.
He's probably a musical theater kid. That's my
Yeah.
guess. Are you Orville? I know you're listening. You said you have you've written some new material.
Mm-hmm.
Are you putting together a new album out of curiosity, or are you just sort of collecting?
That is an ultimate goal if I get there. I guess that's how any goal works. But yeah. Yes, I am trying to stay motivated enough to keep writing and performing and hopefully put an album together.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Will you
Play one of
share
them?
me?
Absolutely.
Share me new.
Share you new. I don't like the chorus, so I will put that there. Let's see. That all sound good to you guys?
Tasty.
Okay. This is a song called Perfectly Low, and I wrote it about... maybe I'll just play the song and you guys can figure it out. We can talk about it afterwards. We can have a Q&A. This was before Jeff. Last night stoked my imagination, infatuation. Today I hang good friend's advice. Logic sure sounds nice in the daylight. I'm gonna have to get me some more patron saints offering pre-drinks to my suffering, and I'll tell the tall tale of the night when I thought it was love I was falling in, and not so. Perfectly low, with nowhere else to go but back up that mountain.
I love the line, logic sure sounds nice in the daylight.
I know it too well.
It's like my whole ethos on life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good in theory, but in practice.
It all changes at 10 o'clock, like Cinderella.
That's like past my bedtime, to be perfectly
way
honest.
past now, yeah.
Yeah, you're a homebody, eh? You like to crawl into bed, spend the day in bed,
Yes.
wake up in bed. Yeah.
And I have like a day bed in my living room. So I go out to bed and then I go to my other bed. And
They used to call it like a Shea lounge so they didn't feel like they were slobs.
Yes, it's just a Shea lounge. I'm a master relaxer.
Yes. Thank you for leaving the space in between the two words. Very important. You make such local references in a lot of your material. And I wondered if that was like a point of pride for you. You were like,
yeah, definitely. You just made me change the song I'm going to play next based on that little reference there.
because you want to go deep local, eh? You want to...
Well, I was going to play something different, but yeah, when I was living in Halifax, I was longing to move back home.
To New Waterford.
Yeah. And now I live next door to my mother, and my sister lives up the street. It feels really good.
The gang's all back together. Yeah.
But it's not an easy task. It took COVID to get me back here because of the world shutting down and my job, ending and in Halifax, and then I applied.
What was your job? I didn't know.
I did a lot of different things in arts administration.
Oh, okay, cool. And arts after COVID. Done.
Yeah. But I found a job at the Cape Breton Center for Craft and Design during the pandemic
amazing.
in Cape Breton. So I think that's a bit of a feat.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Good reason to come back then.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you have no desire to go back to city life then, eh?
Not permanently, no. But also, come what may. Anything can happen.
No, you still live
I'm
pretty
open.
freeform. You're not like cementing all your negative neural pathways then.
Ooh.
Like most people are.
I mean, they feel pretty cemented in my head, but I do have some freedom to physically move around.
It's refreshing. Like I grew up in a city, I guess. So I have no desire to live that kind of pace.
Yeah.
And when I meet people who do, I think I'm suspicious of them now. Like, what's your angle, bud? Like, what are you trying to get from the city? What are you trying to take from someone else? That's what it is.
Well, no, I'm not opposed to city dwellers. I can connect with them.
You
I
did
love
Toronto
that they can.
and Halifax.
Yeah, and I love that you can walk out your street and go to any kind of store that exists.
What a
at any hour.
I agree with that general statement. Yes.
I miss that for sure. As I look, I have Mount Carmel Church in my my view from my window. That's about it. And the tracks.
Beautiful. Oh,
It's good right now,
You
though.
grew up by tracks.
Yep.
No wonder you got the Western thing going on.
Oh.
There's always a train rolling by your back door. You're always thinking about hopping.
Never. I'm so safety conscious. It's not even funny.
I hear those kids lose legs, so there's no way I'm hopping on a
Once
train.
I did put a coin on the tracks and went
it, like,
back
ran
to
away.
find my flat coin.
I picture you like running into the ditch, putting fingers over your ears like it's going to blow up or something.
Like, oh no, I didn't tell my parents.
What if the train goes off the tracks because of my penny? Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah. Until I turned 14, Mom. Then it all went. Then I got brave.
Why? What happened?
Oh no, I'm just joking.
Oh.
It's just about being a youth in New Waterford.
Oh, let me in on the joke. I'm so curious. As I come from away, of course I want the inside joke from New Waterford.
Well, you start exploring a lot earlier, I think.
Okay.
The vices of
You're really
humanity?
dancing around a point, but you can say whatever you
trying
want on
not
this show.
to. Trying not.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Dancing around is really close.
Wait, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Taking part, dancing around.
You guys were you dancing around drugs? Is that where you guys had some
No.
sort of like pagan ritual where you danced around?
I better take this down to the reality before mine start rolling. No, we started drinking in
Yeah.
junior high. That's all I'm saying.
Don't worry, I smoked pot at 12.
In the
I hear
woods
you.
at a place called Hell.
At a place called Hell? Is that by Balls Creek by any chance? I passed Balls Creek on
It's
the way
out
here.
behind
I thought-
Sunset Drive in New Waterford.
So there is a Malibu here.
Yeah, exactly.
No way.
Yeah,
Dankin' Brews and Malibus.
fancy place.
Cool.
That's where no, never mind.
Well, okay, you're hinting at this like dark past, but you're quite well-rounded, dude.
So, if my mother was in here, I could.
What, we would have a different podcast altogether?
Perhaps,
Oh,
yes.
come on.
Gonna say that's where I first learned to sing in public, Mom.
Okay.
Sing in public.
And if we can, if you don't mind worrying about being sued,
No?
my song of choice was. Wait, now, give me a second. It's Rod Stewart. It totally left my brain.
I just think of Maggie May when I hear that, but I just...
No, it was like he came out with it later when I was in high school. Anyway, sorry. It was right there.
No.
Okay, Mom says move along. All right, I'm going to play my
I
song.
love that your mom is friendly heckling you from the front row.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go right into this song called Closer to You. I want to be closer to you. Stopping for a chat and stopping for a glass of wine. I want my home to be yours too. My castle yours like your castle's always been mine. Oh how, oh how, oh when will I make it home again? I've made myself a kind of a life. I changed it once and I changed it twice, not for free. I want to take this life, drive it 5 hours, park it, throw away the key. Oh how, oh how, oh when will I make it home again? But I don't even know how to drive. Thought I'd hitch a ride for my trucker. I made at the casino. Well, I guess guess I should get over my fear. Get my driving license, take myself to the island. Oh, 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 how, oh, how, oh, when will I make it home again? Oh, how, oh, how, oh, when will I make it home again? Thank you.
That is so melodic and fun, and like again, the '50s feel and the Western twang. I'm curious about why the Western thing appealed to you, because again, when I first saw it, like the imagery around your music, and I saw it, I don't know where I saw you play. Must have been North Along the Shore.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Were you in the Women of Country show too? That happened at one point. No, okay.
No.
Yeah, I guess it was North Along the Shore Festival. Great festival.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had such a Western vibe, and you had big old cowboy boots on, and I was like, yes, there's cowboy music here. What's going on?
I went right into that. Yes, I was very. I go through phases. So
Good.
That was. I wouldn't say cow. I wouldn't. Like I said, I'm always trying to write a country song, but something else comes out, and I'm hugely inspired by Dolly Parton and Emmylou Harris and Graham Parsons and things like that. But I think I don't mean to. I feel like it's my Cape Breton accent coming out in my songs that sounds twangy.
Ah, cool.
I'm not sure what other people are hearing.
I guess you are kind of like, if you're west of Sydney, there's Western
I am
music.
on that side of the tracks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a Western twang. It's a really cool sound, though, and I like that you're playing with it because you're not restricted by genre either.
No.
I'm curious what other, like outside of those Emmylou and the more folky artists, I'm curious, like, what are the weirder influences for you?
Yeah, I was thinking about that when I was preparing for this show, and I'm using a pedal for the first time ever live.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I'm like, I have delay on it, and that's really breaking my boundaries there, a little bit of delay. And then I thought, well, does it fit? And then I thought, who cares? Like, nobody here. And
Cool.
I'm not trying to, I'm not on a Nashville stage right now trying to be discovered. So I can do whatever I want.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah,
and every show is different for you in that way?
Oh, yeah. I love this kind of a show because I'm not trying to entertain a dancing crowd or something like that. I don't do well in those venues.
I start to like resent the audience when I play those gigs, and then my banter gets really sour, and it's ooh.
Well, I don't blame them. They came out for a reason, and then I'm on stage like, oh dear, I'm just gonna be playing my little songs.
Hey,
here.
do you know
No covers.
Spotify? Any chance you know how to play Spotify? Yeah, fuck off.
No, everyone has their reason for going out and feeling entertained, but I don't think I answered your question. I love Mitski.
Mitski, I don't know Mitski.
She's a contemporary artist who does just her and an electric guitar kind of thing.
Sweet.
That's a vibe I enjoy.
Have you ever played around with loop pedals and that sort of thing?
No, I'm very. This is as far as I've gotten with technology. It was my little delay pedal there. So.
I feel like you dig it.
I suppose I should gear up for that one since I've talked about it.
Your delay pedal song?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I wanted to save it for later though, so never mind.
Is it spacey?
No. It's just, I would say vibey.
You never went through like a jam band phase, eh?
No.
Mm-mm.
No. I'm not skilled enough on the instrument. My skill is song, like the lyric, and I think my voice, and then I have to choose things to help me bring that out.
Interesting.
But I'm not a good guitar player. I'm not a skilled instrumentalist.
Do you view when you're writing a song, do you think about textures like that, like different layers in a song of I kind of hear this happening?
Yeah, then I think, but I can't do that. So I need a band, and I want to be able to be self-sufficient on stage. So I'm trying to explore playing around with some tools,
Other textures,
some gadgets.
I guess, eh? Okay. You grew up listening to everything from Zamfir to ABBA, so you obviously have a wide appreciation of sounds and textures.
Well, that gave me quite an eclectic history, didn't it? Yeah.
Actually, that kind of brings me to another. I'm just like thinking about textures, and because I know some people write songs using like literally a color palette sometimes, and I know that you're also a visual artist.
Yeah.
You draw a lot, don't you?
I paint. I like to paint.
What kind of paint? Watercolor, acrylic?
No,
What do you?
well, I love oil, but I hate cleaning up after oil. So I mostly use acrylic. But
Do you paint every day?
No,
Okay.
no. I go through phases, like I said. So I'll go through a few months where I don't pick up the guitar and I'll just paint, and then the opposite. I've tried knitting recently.
Oh.
I knit Jeff a tie.
Whoa, that's classy. Was that your first
Yeah.
project, a tie? That seems kind of complicated.
Well, it's just one long thing.
Like an old straight tie, like that.
Well,
kind of
there is a curve. There is something that happens in it that
okay.
I actually have to tie it very specifically in order for it to fall properly. But
Now don't move. Just
exactly.
go to the wedding like this and don't smile.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh wow, so you're unencumbered by even like material. You just can't stop creating, eh?
I like things I can do with my hands. Yes.
Do you feel the idle hands thing? Like if you don't, are you OCD?
No, I don't get bored.
Okay.
What's that saying? Only boring people are bored. Yeah.
Only boring people are bored.
My mother drilled that into my head, so I figured out how to hang out with myself.
It must have been really fun trying to make friends like that. Like, you're probably boring if you're bored. At the age of like 4. That's all kids say is, I'm bored.
Not anymore. I mean, yes,
Honey?
now, not back when I was a kid.
That means you're boring. Is that what you said to your child?
No, I
Just
think
teasing
it
you
was
guys.
meant to make us better humans.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's awesome. Don't worry. My mom gave me like very strange lessons sometimes. She's like when I would come in and be like, "Hey, can I go to my friend's place?" She'd be like, "I appreciate the question, but go outside and try it again." And it was like a board
wow.
meeting pitch or something. So yeah, our parents just had interesting ways of teaching us things.
How did you... Mother, may I go to my friend's place? Is that
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Mother, it would look good on my credit report if I was to spend time with this child. Yeah. No, don't worry. My mom's not an accountant. Were you a weird kid? Actually, I should ask, which child are you out of the
I'm
siblings?
4 or 5.
You're 4 or 5?
4 of 5.
4 of 5. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. I was like, you're 4 or 5? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I do
4
know.
of 5. Okay, so I don't know what the dynamic is on the 4th of 5th.
Well, my sister here this evening is the middle child.
Oh, okay.
So she was the baby of the older 3. And then 4 years later, I came along. So I was the new baby kind of thing.
Oh, but you're here tonight. But you're here tonight, so it came around.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I always tell that to young siblings who are having problems or adults with children. Like, it all comes around when they're adults. They are all going to be friends. But I was a pretty innocent, good kid.
I'm looking at your sister to see her reaction, and she smiled and nodded, so...
Yes.
Okay. Did you, when you started, like, going to school and stuff, though, like, were you already into art as a small child? Like,
Yes, my mother is a painter, and my father is a woodworker.
whoa.
And outside of their other jobs. So it was always, part of our existence, yes.
And you were free to just touch any of the crafts in the house, eh?
I was
Maybe
never
not
taken to
lathe.
the wood shop.
Yeah.
I wish I was, but I wasn't.
Well, as a kid, I guess, it's like, yeah, go for it. Use the light, turn it on. This is how you turn it on. This is
Yeah.
how you use the chop saw.
Yeah. Yeah, it was always around us.
I just think it's interesting that you're not bound by mediums even. It's like
No.
nobody... I don't know that many artists who have this many crafts.
Oh, I'm not skilled at all of them, or any of them.
I would say your illustrations are really nice. It's...
Thank you. Mom and I are planning to start painting in her studio together. I think we need to motivate each other.
Like a life drawing situation? Or?
No. We're not drawing each other.
No, don't worry. I wasn't implying that there's somebody nude in your house. Jeez, this podcast is really taking a turn. I sound like a complete fool.
I think I'm going to play you guys a tune. This is about when I was turning 40. And women in the house may know that these lines start appearing on your chest, your décolletage. And when they first started appearing, I was like trying to wipe them away, thinking there was like a long hair on my chest or something. And they didn't go away. So anyway, this is a song called Hot Pink Lipstick. This is relevant to a line in the song, but when you sleep on your side, they grow deeper. You're not helping the problem. After 40 years of slumber, a crest upon my chest crept up on me, stared it down in the mirror, tried to wipe it away, but it stayed. I had to decide if I would hide or if I'd show to the world my newfound superpower. Sometimes I sleep on my back to keep the lines from growing any deeper. I wish my vanity wouldn't follow me to bed. I am already a troubled sleeper. It take me tonight. I will end up curled up tight. My décolletage won't have made over. I'll show the world my superpower. With hot lipstick on my fingertip, I will trace the lines from shoulder to shoulder, from sternum to collarbone. I am a woman, hear me roar. With her lipstick on my fingertip, I will trace the lines from shoulder to shoulder, from sternum to collarbone. I am woman, hear me roar.
You are so honest. It's invigorating. I feel like I never hear songwriters be this honest. To the point where it's like, if you wrote anything from here out, I'm going to believe it.
Well, yeah, I just tell my little life in pretty melodies.
Are you a firm believer in that write what you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've actually tried to write from what a great segue.
Oh. Cassie's got it from here, folks. Yeah.
So yeah, I just write. I have to write, even though, like I've said, why am I still doing this? I have so much performance anxiety. It's the most painful day leading up to any time I sing, in front of people.
So sorry to ask you to do this.
No, but I want to keep doing it. I'm 45. I'm still doing it since I was 6.
Yeah.
There's something that obviously brings me joy about it, even though it brings me so much physical pain. That's what performance anxiety is. It takes over your whole body. But my point is that, that's why I write. I like to write. I like to express my feelings through song and make songs and then sing them. And some people get enjoyment out of it, which is rewarding. But when I was in my 20s, I was living in Toronto, and I woke up from a dream singing this next song I'm going to sing. And I turned it into a song in an hour, and it's not about my life at all. But as I'm getting older, it is starting to be, maybe, or it could be. But it's just about a woman looking back on her life of past loves.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. And I think I'll tune and just go right into it. Sorry, I should have been doing that this whole time.
That's okay. You're so sweet and self-conscious. It's dangerous because I prey on that.
Uh-oh.
No,
This is called Damn Fools. And just make sure. Does that sound good to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. One little sip. I love a beer as well. Yes, please.
Thank you. No, that's okay. This is the reality. We are at Island Folk Cider House, and they are taking really good care of us.
Shell and I talked about getting old, with half a smile and with our eyes half closed. We talked about lovers we were wide-eyed with, the ones we didn't calculate a future with. Here I am, and old age finds me lost in a house of mirrors. I'm laughing at my misshapen mold, and looking back at me now, row on row, our lovers passed who decided that they did not need to know. Shell and I thought we had it all worked out, but no one was more scared than me to find our secrets out. I knew there was still another phase to come, but I was fooled by nature's pull and thought my beauty done. Here I am, and old age finds me lost in a house of mirrors. I'm laughing at my misshapen mold, and looking back at me now, row on row, our lovers passed who decided that they did not need to know. Will somebody new know that I was a will somebody new know that I was once a beautiful, beautiful young girl. Now here I am, and old age finds me lost in a house of mirrors. I'm laughing at my misshapen mold, and looking back at me now, row on row, lovers passed who decided that they did not need to know me now. Damn fools. Damn fools. Thank you.
I love that so much because I think I love anthems for losers sometimes. You know what I mean? And that's sort of like a love song.
That's
to
the name of
losers.
my next album. Holy crap.
Anthems for losers.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, it's the new Jock Jams.
She's a winner, though. She's a winner.
That's
girl
the
in
title
that
track.
song.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. And that it came to you in a dream.
Yeah. I
Do
just
you-
woke up humming it.
I have asked this of a couple people because I think it's a fascinating idea. I've read a whole book on this, but do you think that creativity and songs and art comes from this like mysterious well?
No.
No, it comes from you.
Well, okay, I should let you elaborate.
No, I mean you heard my elaboration. You're like, fuck that.
Well, I thought you were talking about like the mystique, like some kind of otherworldly thing.
I do sort of, yes, like the way that the Greeks refer to the heavens and the hell and everything in between was chaos. Mm-hmm. So, do you think that there's sort of like another realm that creativity lives in?
No.
How do you tap into it then? Like, do you force? Do you when you're painting? Do you like? Is it about showing up?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I think I believe in the very tangible, and I don't believe in an afterlife or anything like that. So I'm very
Cool.
much what's right here and what's right now.
Mm-hmm.
And your lived experience and what you've been given the ability to do. Do you have time to create art? Are you struggling to put food on the table? Like that's a gift. I have time to create art.
Cool.
And I mean, I think passion and motivation maybe it seems to come from nowhere, but it's been able to be part of my routine, I guess. I don't know.
That was a great summary. No, I really like that point because
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. And you're such an honest writer that song to me is almost like your subconscious took a second and was
Yeah.
like, hey, now that you're resting, we're going to gather our thoughts
Yes,
and we've got something for you.
Yeah, I feel it's an absolute gift to be able to write a song to get certain things, to clarify certain things for me, or to just get a thought out of my head, or to understand what struggle I'm going through. That's what songwriting is for me.
Have you ever tried pottery?
Do I do pottery?
Have you ever tried it?
No. No, I think, yeah, Rhonda.
Oh, somebody in the audience is going to take you to a pottery class, apparently? Awesome.
Well, I was just talking to people today about the fact that I don't like creative things that require a lot of tools, or to have to leave
wow.
my house. I
Yeah,
just want
that's
to be
just
able
like-
to pick it up and do it.
Pottery is
So I
crazy.
gave up piano.
It's like, oh, I want to get into this hobby where I can like drink out of something I made, and then it's like, oh, do you have $10,000 and great insurance? Because otherwise, no.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a kiln and all this clay and a wheel? I mean, I know you can hand build and stuff, but no.
I just think you'd get a lot out of punching clay and cutting it and shaping it.
Yep, perhaps. Oh, instead of that, I cut my hair. That's how I deal with that kind
Are
of
you
anxiety.
like a serial hair cutter?
Yes.
Do you do it and then do you scream like all these videos
Yes.
I've seen online where they go? Have you ever done the like hold it all at once and chop?
I have gone into the bathroom with a men's razor, and shaved it all off. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I should take up pottery.
What?
For sure.
That's whoa. I think the pottery teacher's gonna be a bit worried because you're like, I got sick of cutting my hair, so I wanted to try this.
I'm
What
hopefully
a flatter.
out of my last cutting phase. Like, it was so bad.
For the listeners, Cassie's hair looks great. She's got bangs, which is a very
I just
50s
gave myself
look.
those the other day.
Okay. Fresh cut. It's a fresh cut. We are well groomed. I made a prior joke about us being filthy up here, but we are well groomed.
Yes.
Thank you for doing this, man. Thank you for taking a chance on this because I haven't
Oh.
seen you in years.
Yes.
So
Thanks for inviting me.
this is my excuse to just get to see you play.
Good excuse. This is my excuse to be able to try out new things and get in front of an audience again. So thank you.
It's an honor.
I'm trying to make my pedal work. You can talk.
What is it about pedals? Like, what's this new fascination with the textures of pedals?
Well, because it's just me and my acoustic guitar, which as I mentioned, I'm not very skilled on.
No, you
And
are.
I want to be able to play less, but make it more effective. And
Have you played around with electric?
Yeah, yes, that would be a next. Oh dear.
But it didn't
Stand
thrill
up
you?
again.
That's okay.
Yeah, I know. I need to plug this in. And this pedal I bought off Amazon, it doesn't just let you switch between the effects. I have to turn the amp off, unplug it, and plug it back in every time I want to change it. So.
Wow, Amazon really
Here's my
reinvented
review.
the wheel poorly. Eh? Like a classic situation.
It's called a reverberry.
Oh, I read it as reverberry.
Reverberry? Well, I
But-
like it to be reverberry.
Very, very, very. I want to get back to what I was saying, which is thank you for doing this, and I want to thank you guys for coming out, big time, having an audience. This is my first time the podcast, first time in Sydney. Yeah, and it won't be the last. Next time we're gonna like fill a theater, and it's gonna be the episode 2 with Cassie Josephine.
Yes.
I'm all about follow-up episodes. I think that would be awesome to come back and interview everyone all over again.
There it is. Got my delay. Did you finish your thought on that? How awesome I am?
Oh, I'm not done yet. I got another 2 hours of material.
So this song came out of, when you're having a conversation with someone and then you just start singing what they said? Like, doesn't look like it's going to be very nice out today. Doesn't look like it's going to be nice out today. What you gonna do about it?
You're going to love Fanny Bryce, by the way. When you do listen to it, you're going to love it.
Well, this song didn't go in that direction at all. But I have about 5 different versions of this song. One is like really folky and strummy, but I usually know like when a song is done by how much fun I'm having singing it. And I just wasn't feeling it. And then I got this pedal, and I tried this effect, and I changed the whole dynamic of the song, and I think I like it now. It's called The Sky's Falling Down. Weather says the wind is gonna die down. Ooh, you'll be on the road by 2 p.m. Don't believe it on the sound. Ooh, feels like the sky is gonna fall down? Will you be my sky is falling man? There's a road out there that takes me to my job in the grocery store, my folks and my sisters for my cup to be full. Now it's spilling out all over the 104. Road might be risky today, might have to ask you to stay and warm me up in this den till the weatherman says it's okay to drive away again. If there's one thing we've learned from where we come from, is that the weather's gonna change its tune. You'll be on your way and I'll be missing you. When the weather warns, I'm listening. Ooh, pour some gold on ice and settle in. You'll get safely to the other end. Ooh, but first we've got some business to attend to. My sky is falling, man. Road might be risky today, might have to ask you to stay and warm me up in this den till the weatherman says it's okay to drive away again. If there's one thing we've learned from where we come from, is that the weather's gonna change its tune. You'll be on your way, I'll be missing you. Weather says the wind is gonna die down. Ooh, I'll be all alone by 2 p.m. Don't believe it based on the sound, ooh, of my heart beating. For you, my sky is falling, man. Thank you.
Awesome.
There's my delay pedal.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I totally see what you mean, because it did change your playing style completely, eh?
Like when I first wrote it, it was something like weather says the wind is gonna die down. Ooh, you'll be on the road by 2 p.m.
Okay.
Like that, so.
But more John Prine in the picking, eh? Now you're going for that U2 thing.
I guess so.
The edge. He plays one note for the whole show. And it's just different pedals.
Yeah, that's not fair. I'm working so much harder over here with my Travis picking.
I know. You should be paid $1 million for this picking.
Exactly.
Seriously. When did you start picking like that, though? Like, it's not the easiest thing.
You know, there's one kind of picking pattern that just comes naturally to me, and those are the things I stick with. So I don't know. I didn't even learn it. It just happened, and it made sense to me.
So instruments were always in your house, though, right?
Yeah, I played piano since I was 5, but I once I left a place where there was a piano, I didn't have one, and I picked up the guitar in my 20s.
In Toronto.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, in Halifax, and then I kept it going in Toronto.
Yeah. It's such a nice sound. Like, I don't know anybody who writes like you, and I find it fascinating. I told you I got more. I do find it fascinating. Like,
This is like having a first date in front of a whole bunch of people.
That's so interesting you
Tell
say
me
that.
more.
Honestly, when there's candles on the bar too, I usually have yes. I brought Christmas lights tonight though, so it's equally as romantic for us all. But yes, it is a date, and I think that there's this weird thing that they do in musician circles sometimes, like this speed dating thing.
Yeah.
It's like meet other musicians or meet talent bookers.
Oh yeah, like at music conferences and stuff.
Oh
Can't do
God,
that stuff. Yeah.
it just seems disgusting.
I know, and it's 11 a.m. and you're supposed to go into this room with all these people at different tables and be
Everyone
professional.
stinks. Everyone smells bad.
Yeah, that too.
It's like, hey, can you reduce all your art to a 60-second elevator
Yeah.
pitch?
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah,
thanks.
but that's why I'm not, making money in music.
Ugh,
But
God.
that's okay. I'm rich in other ways.
Do you, were you one of those kids who was like, I'll never sell out? Like, did you ever
Well,
go through a punk era?
Yeah, not punk, but I was very idealistic.
Okay.
And when I was in Toronto and I wrote a little EP, I was contacted through an agent to sell the song to a car commercial.
Whoa. Your first EP?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, they were going
And
after you.
I was like, oh my God, no, I don't think I could do that. And now I think, you stupid little.
Whoa. What car? May I
I've
ask
stopped-
what car?
It was a Ford, I think. Some Ford, I don't know.
Nah, you don't want to be associated with Ford, dude. You are Lexus material.
Anyway,
I actually don't know if Lexuses are good cars, so I apologize if I just insulted you.
I don't drive.
Oh yeah, right.
So
That's awesome.
no insults here.
Car jokes. Car.
Let's keep them rolling.
Yeah.
No.
Are you anti-car?
No,
Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I didn't want to.
I am pro small footprint.
Yay.
But I got in an accident when I was 17, 18, and I wasn't able to drive again. I tried, and I'm basically a human being built of anxiety with some nice moments that I'm able to get put forth non-anxiety. But yeah, so I don't drive.
That's an incredible summary, dude. You just factored in so much of your personal thought process into that. I appreciate that. No, well, thank you for not being a ball of anxiety tonight.
You're welcome.
Are you still nervous?
No, I'm feeling
Okay.
good. I'm feeling great.
I get nervous before these too.
Do you?
Hell's yeah.
I'm surprised. Yeah. You don't seem it.
Oh, I definitely get nervous, especially when I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah.
And it's and everybody listens to music and gets whatever they want from it too,
Yeah.
right? So when you go into a show with somebody and you want to hear those songs, how do you know if that person's in the mood to play that song?
Yes. Yeah.
Because do you have restrictions around certain songs where you're like, no, I'm done with that?
Well, I only play what I've prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, there are songs that actually a song I wrote in my early 20s is a family favorite. They request it, and I'm like, I hate this song. It's so stupid. It's like the first lyrics that came out of my mouth after, 20 years of no songs, and then these are my first ideas about the world.
And they love it.
But I don't play it. I'm like, nope. I don't care how much you love it.
I won't. I'm not going to play the Lego song again. That was
And I don't-
27 years ago.
I don't even know how it goes. Margaret is the biggest fan of it. I played it at her wedding.
Right.
Yeah. But speaking of nerves, I think Mom is more nervous for me than I am for myself.
I can tell,
she
'cause
knows what I'm going through inside.
Your mother's actually been pushing you along all night, too. And then at one point, she looked at me and she said, just stop. Just keep going with something else.
Yeah. I can tell by her shoulders. They're right up here.
It's lovely. It's lovely. No, I thank you. I feel like I'm part of your family tonight. I don't really know your family
welcome.
very well, but thank you. Yeah. Do I look like a traveling hobo or something that you guys are like, we need to take care of this kid?
No, not at all. We have way too many people in our family already, so we're not taking people in. But you're welcome to come to dinner sometime.
But you're welcome to come. Thanks.
I live in their barn right now, so like there's no more space.
Is it a converted
It's a
barn that you
renovated.
live in?
Yes.
Cool.
It's a home. It just sounds funnier when I say that.
That you live in a barn. But you
It would
weren't raised in the barn.
No.
Okay.
I was raised in the house. It's not a barn anymore. It was actually built as a gallery and frame shop. My parents had a little business called Anne Comedere, and they had a little exhibition space upstairs and the frame shop downstairs. And then when that stopped being a business, they converted it into an apartment, and various people in the family have stayed there. And then it was going to come down until I needed a home, and they fixed it back up for me.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Yes, you can see why I wanted to get closer to those fine people who are keeping me alive and housed.
They're very fine people, I gotta say. And again, I'm gonna say thank you, everybody out here, for coming tonight. Yes. Thank you so much. You guys are really. This is a sweet audience, nice and personal. Do you want to pick one to close out the show?
Sure. Yeah.
How do you want to end it?
Well, I do have a song called "One Beautiful Song."
Yes, I'm so glad you're playing this. I wanted to heckle you for this, but I wasn't sure if you wanted. Again, I was like, I don't know if she wants to go back to that.
Yes.
But I love this message on this tune, and it's a nice way to go out, pal. Respect.
I'm not the kind of person who, if I wrote a good song about a bad relationship, I'm going to keep playing that song. Mm-hmm. Like I cannot go back to that headspace, so that's a good thing.
Have you gotten a lot of people? I'm just curious because like Only Half Blue has a couple breakup songs on it, and I'm curious if you get a lot of people after your shows or have in the past who are like, that song got me through my breakup. Or
Nope.
like nobody. No.
But once, so before Only Half Blue, I had an album called Cutlery and Cryin'.
I love that record, and the name is so cool. I wanted to ask you about that.
And I wrote that after a divorce. And there was a show I did it was a bar in Halifax called the Company House. It's not there anymore. And there's a song on it. I'm not singing any of those songs because I didn't prepare. But there's a song called Cutlery on it. And it came about when I had moved into my apartment after the separation and realized I only had half set of cutlery. And the song is all about that moment. And my sister and her partner came to the show and brought a friend who just went through a separation and was getting out for the day. And she came to my show, and I looked out, and she was sobbing at the table at the Company House because she had just moved into her apartment after her separation and was going through the same thing.
Too close to home. Too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon to be in the company of such misery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great album. I love that song, There Is Life on Earth.
Oh, thank you.
That's a great tune from that, too. So anyone listening, please go listen to all of these songs on Cassie's Bandcamp after this.
Yes, Cassie Josephine. You can find me everywhere.
Wow, that was like AI recorded.
I've got a one beautiful song for you. And it's all I have left to give. So I'll conjure up the island waves and country croon the memories. They were good, they were plenty. Yeah, we made each other smile. You were loved, I was loved. Yeah, we drove each other wild. How I love lighting up your cowboy smile. No, I can't forget you say please. You can take the girl out of the country, but you leave her with these tear-jerking memories. They were good, they were plenty. Yeah, we made each other smile. You were loved, I was loved. Yeah, we drove each other wild. So why do we sing these two different tunes to tell you would turn this beautiful song blue? And I've just got one beautiful song for you, and it's all I have left to give.
Keep that clapping
Thank you very
going, folks, for Cassie Josephine. Yes.
That was so much fun.
Beautiful.
Do you have like a jingle? Like, do, Zach?